Shalom everybody, hope you're doing well. This week we are sharing some thoughts on the weekly Torah portion from a taxi on my way home. Friday, just in Eilat with my students and just making it home for Shabbat. And I just wanted to share one quick small thought. The beautiful thing I think about the Torah and about learning Torah is that one verse, one pasuk is like a whole world. There's a whole teaching, there's a whole realm of thought and ideas. And this just jumped out at me today as I was learning. Right, we know the story from this week's Torah portion of Avram, right, and Sarah wanting children and finally having children. But at first, because Sarah is not able to give birth, right, we know that Avram is told by Sarah, "Go to my maidservant Hagar and have children through her, at least a child." It sounds strange in our world today, but back in the day, that's actually what they did. Right, it was part of the society back then. That's what Avram does. He goes to Hagar. He has his first child, Ishmael. Right? And some years later, Avram and Sarah together are blessed to have a child, Yitzchak. Right? And when Yitzchak is born, Sarah's just like, she's not into Hagar and Ishmael being around. She thinks that they're a negative influence. So she basically says to Avram, send them away. It pains Avram. It really breaks his heart to send them away because he's an ish chesed. He's a man who just wants to give and do good for others. But he's told by God, listen to your wife. Right? Listen to your wife. So he listens to his wife, right? That in and of itself is an amazing eternal teaching. That's maybe for another time, right? But then Hagar goes with her son Ishmael, and they run out of water. And basically, she can't take it, and she just kind of puts, her son, out there, and she hides by a tree, just basically, not to see him die. But then an angel of God comes. It's this whole story, and basically what I'm getting to is this one verse, such a beautiful verse. It says, "Vayifkach Elokim es einaha v'tereh be'er mayim." Right? That it says that God opens up her eyes, and she sees the well of water. Right? It's so deep. It's so big. But just to kind of share something quick and simple, God opens up her eyes. The well of water wasn't created as a miracle. It was always there. She just couldn't see it. And God opens up her eyes to see it. Right? What I get from this is that sometimes we're walking around this world and we just don't see. Right? We don't see what's right in front of us. Right? This world, there's just things happening all around us. Right? But it's not enough that we have physical eyes. We need to have spiritual eyes. We need to align the two. We need to have the schut and the merit that we can see what we're supposed to see, that we're able to see the things around us that we could use, right, to further ourselves in a positive direction, as well as the entire world. And it just makes me think of a story I heard in the name of Moshe Feinstein. When he came to America, he stopped giving smicha, ordination, for people to become a shochet, like a ritual slaughter of meat. And the reason why, he said, is because I can take the knife, which needs to be super sharp without any blemishes in it, without any nicks or anything. He says, I can take a knife, I can put a nick in it, and they won't see it. Why were his eyes better than theirs? No. Right? It's this idea of spiritual eyes again. Right? That there's something there. Right? There's something that maybe our physical eyes can see, but we actually don't see it because we're not yet on the spiritual level to see it. And sometimes God needs to get involved and open up our eyes. So this week, we have an amazing week, an amazing Shabbat, and we should be blessed, to from this Parshat, from this Torah portion, receive the blessing of having God help us open up our eyes and see what there is to see around us in the world, in ourselves, and in others, right? And just go in a positive, forward, beautiful direction. Good Shabbos, everybody.